About an hour drive northeast from the theme parks of Orlando is a place of unspoiled beauty, where in cooler months you're almost guaranteed to see Florida's most beloved marine animal. Take I-4 east to the community of Orange City, where you'll find Blue Springs State Park. The park covers more than 2,600 acres, including the largest spring on the St. Johns River. This is manatee season at Blue Spring. The park is a designated manatee refuge and the winter home to a population of West Indian manatees. From mid-November through mid-March, several hundred manatees flock to the constant 72-degree spring water. It's like a manatee hot tub. Visitors from all over the world descend on the park to get a better look at this often misunderstood sea creature. Centuries ago, manatees were mistaken for mermaids by sailors. They observed from a distance, noting human-like features such as the ability to turn its head, finger-like bones in its forelimbs, and a flat tail. Along this boardwalk that stretches from the St. Johns River to the head spring, several overlooks provide visitors the opportunity to see the manatees up close in their natural environment. Today's video is dedicated to the sea cow, and if you're planning a trip here, we're running down the 8 things you should know before visiting the manatees at Blue Springs State Park. All of that and so much more straight ahead from Central Florida. Blue Springs State Park is one of the most popular spots in Florida to view manatees during winter months. When the forecast calls for nose-diving temperatures, you can count on this park reaching capacity, usually early in the day, not long after opening. You might have to wait on a residential street if the parking lot is full. Wait times to get into the park during manatee season can be 3 hours or more. Plan your trip accordingly and expect to wait. Just because the calendar says it's winter doesn't necessarily mean there will be lots of manatees in the spring area. The longer there's been a chill in the air and the cooler the river gets, the larger the manatee influx tends to be. On this day, early in the season, more than 180 manatees had been counted. 2 weeks later, during an unusual cold snap for Central Florida, the numbers were well north of 600. Always good to check Facebook before making the trip. There you'll find a manatee count posted daily. Swimming with manatees is not allowed at Blue Spring, and touching them is not permitted. If manatees become accustomed to being around humans, it can alter their behavior in the wild, perhaps causing them to lose their natural fear of boats and people. While the spring is closed to swimmers during winter months, the floating dock just outside the gift shop and camp store is one of the best spots to view these amazing creatures from just above the water's surface. The safe haven of Blue Springs State Park is much more than just a place where manatees can be observed by the public. It allows researchers to rehabilitate sick and injured manatees and release them back into the wild. In fact, you might see the researchers hard at work when you're here. The manatees are always monitored to make sure they adapt successfully. After observing the manatees from the floating dock, take a self-guided tour on the boardwalk through the lush hammock to see the head spring. This is an excellent place to view birds and other furry residents. From an overlook, you can take in the magnitude of the spring and the surrounding natural beauty. If sightseeing by water is more your thing, you can rent a canoe or kayak for a few hours. Seeing manatees as they migrate from the river into the spring from the water's surface is really special. You can also book a St. John's River cruise where you can learn more about the area's wildlife and history from an experienced captain. Located in Sand Pine Scrub within walking distance of the spring is a campground with just over 50 sites, each with a picnic table, water, electricity, and grill. Camping on property ensures you'll be able to see the manatees first thing in the morning, and you never have to worry about finding a parking spot. Gold Rush prospector turned orange grower Lewis Thirsby purchased Blue Spring in 1856. He constructed a steamboat landing and planted orange trees along the upper St. Johns River, both lucrative business decisions at the time. Eventually, Thirsby was making enough money to build this large plantation-style home to accommodate his family as well as travelers who arrived by steamboat. It sits atop an ancient Indian shell mound to escape floodwaters from the St. Johns River. Today, visitors to the park can go inside the home and learn more about the history of the area through interpretive exhibits. You'll find the Thirsby home next to the main parking lot. That's it. 8 things you should know before visiting manatees at Blue Springs State Park. What is your favorite spot in Florida to observe manatees? Let us know in the comments. We always love hearing from you. For more tips and information, be sure to visit our website, ChadGallivanter.com, where you can also sign up for our free newsletter, Gallivanter 75. As always, thank you for watching. From Central Florida, see you next time.